Hi guys, it's Simon here. I think I'm going to start getting back on track this week, so hopefully all goes well and I'll be able to make more videos moreover. So tomorrow I do have another one of my old reactions coming out again, so hopefully that loads quicker than my Hump Day Hopkins rehash did, which took nearly the whole night to do, so by the time I was ready to leave the house for school, it had all been loaded, so I couldn't have time to do revision notes. So hopefully tonight's and tomorrow's won't be like that. Now, of course, we have to start off the week with a look at how things went before. And what better way to do this in the entertainment industry than another Simon K Spotlight. This is the segment here at the Simon K Show where I go through the biggest news stories of the past week. And I put my own little funny twist on it. Either it's funny or it comes across as offensive. Either way, it's going to be enjoyable. But before I start, I have actually got a big surprise news story to come in. I actually tweeted my frustration at the new result of the X Factor New Zealand. Stevie Tonks went home whilst Brendan Thomas and the Vibe stayed, therefore eliminating the hashtag #BassBoys trend that I started last year. And so, I sent the following tweets. Damn it, we are only down to one bass boy. Damn you, Brendan Thomas and the Vibes. Well, now we'll all have to get behind Bo. Bo being the last act in Natalie Bassingthwaite's category. And when the main page asked who I wanted to win, I said Bo all the way, hashtag bass boy. And Brendan Thomas and the Vibes' page actually favorited both of them. So, essentially, Brendan Thomas and the Vibes is competing, but secretly, they're Team Bo as fuck. So, there's that there. I think those two are going to be the top two in the end. It's a shame that none of my favourites made it there, though. Poor Joe Irvine. But I hope he gets a contract soon, because he's a really good talent. So, let's move on from that, and on to what we have gotten arranged. Our Vevo Certified Challenge. I think it actually helps that I'm picking an artist that's actually getting more momentum as Demi's currently on her world tour. But it's also led to massive increases. Made in the USA now has 92.7 million views, and Really Don't Care has 84.4 million views. So, in essence, we're nearly getting there on Made in the USA, but we need to push up slowly for Really Don't Care. So, if you have a spare moment, then I need you, please, to go onto Vevo or YouTube and watch those two videos. The sooner we get it to 100 million views, the sooner Demi will be really happy. Especially with Made in the USA, because it was the first one she directed. And that would be a very big accomplishment for a director. So, now that we've got the pleasantries out of the way, let's move into the shade. But not literally, okay? Little Mix. They've ended up in my spotlight for the second week running. The Directioners have still been going bonkers over Little Mix after their swipe left for Harry Styles comment. And now, even journalists are getting involved. Linz Foley from Sugarscape joined the Directioners' side, saying that the 4 Little Mix members needed to have their eyes checked. Miss Foley has experience in this matter because she's had to have her eyes checked to see how many twats she has dated in her time. Or tosses, whichever way. It's bad. Courtney Love. Good old Miss Publicity Churner, and who sounds like an effing banshee when she sings. Miss Love's reported to be owing her doctor $78,000 in bills for therapy sessions. Her doctor, Dr. Ratchuk, her doctor, Dr. Ratchuk, said, "We can't be making special allowances for people just because they're dead inside." Which is only too true. Jennifer Aniston somehow ended up in here. She's starring in a Mean Girls spin-off. It's called Mean Mums. Apparently the title name used for the production, "This Concept is Tired as Fuck," was already taken for the X Factor UK. Meanwhile, in other news regarding singers, Tyson Beckford finally explained what happened the night he gave Mariah Carey a lap dance. He would have explained to the press sooner, but couldn't find a PR way or a politically correct way to say that he is mentally deluded. Make of that what you will. Ugh. This old tramp made it in. Louis Walsh. After 11 years on the X Factor, the Irish manager has found himself cut from his long-standing judge's role. When Mr. Cowell was asked to comment, he said that he was in a meeting with Cheryl Fernandez-Vicini. Thankfully, we sent a reporter around to investigate. Unfortunately, said reporter came back shaking and admitted that he had listened at the door, but all he could hear was a loud slurping sound. Saturday Night Live continued this week with the penultimate episode. Reese Witherspoon apologised to her mother for going to a hotel with her boyfriend when really she was fabricating that she was actually going to a friend's house. Betty Witherspoon, her mother, apologised to Reese for not buying contraceptions on the night of her conception. Contraceptives. I have a lot to learn as a boy. I have quite a lot to learn. And I'll turn it round this way so I can go glance here, glance there, so I'm not glancing over there all the time. We now move on to Fox News, that delightful news networking service in the United States. And in the words of Lily Allen, if you can't detect the sarcasm, you've misunderstood. TV personality Chris Wallace made a complaint on his Fox News show that President Obama had blocked off government officials from appearing on the network after Fox News have persistently, year in, year out, been involved in reports of racism and acted as racist gits. Obama's revenge will continue as the staff of Fox News are all said to be fired and replaced with directioners. So, it's not really much of a loss there. It's not really much of a change either, so that could essentially side both ways. Now, what's next? Revenge! The hit ABC show aired its series finale earlier in the day with Emily and Jack, my OTP, getting married for good. I knew it. I knew it was going to happen. I knew they were going to get hitched. In your face, Daniel Emily shippers. Rub that pie, that sour cream into your face. To sign off the ABC series, there was a touching montage of viewers' most favourite moments, none of which, surprisingly, came from revenge. From that poor, tired show to another tired show. One big happy. Ellen's hit sitcom was shockingly cancelled from the NBC after only 6 episodes, leaving British actress and model Kelly Brook without a job yet again. When her ex-fiancé David McIntosh was asked to comment on Kelly not being on television anymore, Mr. McIntosh looked sadly at his right hand, then into his lap, and then shockingly burst into tears. Okay. Confused? So am I. Let's move on to something a little less confusing and a little more easy to understand. Wentworth. Shockingly, Erica Davidson and B. Smith have teamed up to release a cookbook. The book contains 200 of the duo's favourite foods. However, surprisingly, 195 of those foods just happen to be Miss Frankie Doyle, previous top dog of Wentworth Prison. Moving on from that to Katie Hopkins. Miss Hopkins has been challenged to a charity boxing match against former wild child Charlotte Church. The event will see Miss Church running throughout the United Kingdom, attempting to outrun the poo in her underpants. Moving on from that irrelevant person to something even more irrelevant. Made in Chelsea. I'm more of a Towie watching person myself, but more than Mark Wright, Amy Childs years. Anyway, Jamie Lang, or Laying, whichever, has dissed tattooist Kevin Paul's tattoo of Peter Pan that he gave the reality star, I nearly said spa, despite Mr. Paul not wanting to ink the design in the first place. Mr. Laying now joins Kim Kardashian West, Snooki, the Robertson family, and Mario Falcone on list of reality stars born without eardrums. Big Brother in the United Kingdom is next. The lineup of housemates has officially been revealed for the first time in the show's history before the launch. And a housemate by the name of Adjoa Mensah is getting a big mention here. Miss Mensah is reportedly a pastor's daughter and has strong Christian views. Can someone please in the UK phone the McMahons and see if Danielle's died? Because it seems like Adjoa is channeling her spirit. Meanwhile, in the Mirror, Aaron Few's profile is the only one that's up, so I think we know what bias the Daily Mirror is going to be going under for the entire series. They're going to support Aaron. So, I've just explained that now. And in other news to do with support, in CM Punk news, an Aquinas Year 12 student today dressed up as CM Punk for the school free dress day. Meaning you can add free fans who won't scatter from CM Punk's fan base if he loses. Mr. Bisping, take that and jam it up your rectum. Supernatural is next on our list. Shock resonated throughout the series' fan base as popular character Charlie Bradbury was killed off in the penultimate episode of the 10th series, with Rowena potentially joining her in the dead pile in the season final, not series final, that would be a disaster, the season final. The writers of the show are under fire for killing off every single Ranger character in the series thus far. Moving on from that to the Vampire Diaries. Meanwhile, in events unfolding in Mystic Falls, not Forbes. If Caroline gets named after the town, it'd be essentially pageant day all over. Lily took a break as the biggest cock block in CW history, meaning Penis Hilton has to come out from the Salvatore dungeon. But never fret, he's been torn in half now. He's divided his time between the brand new 2 cock blocks in the town, Stefan Salvatore and Kai Parker. They took Lily's place by shading his brother and putting him through vision hell and stabbing Alaric's pregnant wife in the stomach, respectively. Paul Wesley, Brian Young. Side note, okay? I caught the Salvatore relationship swap comment you made to Elena this week, or wrote to Elena this week. Nina's only got 2 episodes, or an episode now left. That's not cool, guys. That's not cool. And this comes to the announcement that Chris Wood will now be fronting advertising campaigns for every abortion clinic in the United States, with Julie Plec taking the head of the Persistently Repeated Storylines Convention, or Commission. She'll be heading that commission, joined by the writers of Home and Away and Neighbours. And finally, surprising in Conan news, Scarlett Johansson, Conan O'Brien, and Jeremy Renner have even been seen eaten out or receiving a blow from 4 out of the 6 Avengers. And you can find that uncut video at www.blackwidowsgotitoutagain.com. That's www.blackwidowsgotitout, capitals again, lowercase.com. That's essentially news from me this week, so I really hope you enjoyed the Simon K Spotlight. Tomorrow, our reaction video is going up, so keep tuned to that. Hopefully it remains as successful as my Worth It reaction video, which has got like 66 views now. With any luck, by like a month's time, it may have hit 100 views. It could be my next Anaconda one that got up to like 1,000. If that happened, it'd be awesome. But then again, you can't set your heights too high. So, until Tuesday, I'm going to sign off for now. So, there's really nothing left to say here other than, bye guys, see ya.